What's up? Dr. Del Gines here, Chief Innovation Officer of the International Economic Development Council, with day two of out of 12 of AI for EDOs. We're going to continue with ChatGPT today. We're going to talk about Canvas and how you can superpower your writing with this tool from ChatGPT. Remember, if you're not a member of IADC, you're going to want to be part of what we're doing in 2025 going forward. A lot of cool new things coming out, more AI research, more membership centric functions at conferences, all of these different things. Make sure you're a member. So let's get to what it is. Let me expand the screen. So most of you are familiar now with the front end of ChatGPT. This is the front end, and they've been continuously making tweaks, and I'm going to show you a few of those to get to Canvas. So what is Canvas? Canvas is a tool now where it actually allows you to do real-time editing of your pre-existing documents or new documents that you may create, and breaks it down utilizing artificial intelligence. And the thing that makes it more powerful than your traditional use of AI like you used to, let's say, for example, you put a blog post and you want to revise, let's say, the third paragraph, all of a sudden the AI tool would actually rewrite the entire document, not just the third paragraph alone. With Canvas, you're now able to edit internal to the document and do a lot of other cool things. That's what it is. Why it's important is because it'll allow you to more effectively engage your writing, edit your writing, and also export your writing. So let's get right to it. This is the new little interface that came out a couple of weeks ago. Right now, this is December 2024 for those of you watching it at a later date. And now they have a new view tools function. And when you pull it up, it now gives you three potential ways, things that you can do with it. The pictures, you can create a picture with DALL-E. The reasoning function, I'm still trying to figure out the purpose of that. Haven't seen a lot of benefit for me personally. Maybe I'll go out of it in another one. And then the canvas function. So let's go ahead and click on the canvas function. Now, when the canvas function is set, I'm going to pull over, just for the purpose of this, an old report that I wrote, actually one of my most popular reports, which was on Black women business startups. So, and there's different ways you can do this. You can pull in other writing. You can actually write in here, or you can pull up Canvas and begin to write from scratch from here. So now that I pulled that in, I'm going to say, create for me a 500-word blog post on Black women-owned businesses utilizing this research. And let's see what it pulls up from that. Now you immediately see this little box here is different from your traditional ChatGPT for those that are familiar with it. So it's taking from that research that I did when I was at the Federal Reserve. It pulls up the blog. Now I can take a look at it and I can kind of see, what it pumps. Now let's assume, because I don't want to do a lot of editing and keep the video short, let's assume that I really like what it initially produced with a few tweaks. Now here's where the difference lies with Canvas versus a traditional ChatGPT article, Claude article, etc. So you see the article, it opens up kind of like this screen here, which is what is actually classified the canvas. And I want you to see a few small things. You see when I hover next to the paragraph, it has a plus symbol. If I hit that plus, I can ask it questions of this one. I can tell it to do things with just this paragraph. So let's watch. Expand a little on this paragraph. So now I hit it and it's going through, and you see kind of how it's doing this little, AI thing. Then it takes just that paragraph and it expands on it. So you see the difference right away. Before it would reprint this whole thing with that new paragraph. Now you can edit it just piece by piece of each paragraph. So let's say, let's break it down a little bit more granular. And I've never tried this, so if it doesn't work, we'll just chalk it off. So now you see I highlighted it. You can go up, you can change the formatting, you can bold it, italicize, change the text font. But this is the piece that you can do for just the paragraph, similar to what we did with it again. Can you expand on this? And I'm just, being basic with the expand. So now I went in and it expanded on it. So you can see you can start editing piece by piece. It has an undo function. It has a copy function. Now over here is your actual chat function that you can speak to it. And let's say that there's a piece that I really felt we needed to expand upon more, and I didn't want to go in here. So let's say under the challenges and barriers section, expand on that more because it is important. And so now you can go either in text or you can go over to the traditional chat function and ask it to expand. So I asked it to expand on the challenges and barriers function and look at what it's doing. Now it's going through and it's doing its thing. It's expanding, those critical pieces of the barriers and the functions. And so now I'm going to all of these things and let's say, okay, well, I kind of like this. We got it. We made our little tweaks and everything, but it's just missing something. It's missing a call to action. And so I'm going back here and say, this is really missing a call to action. Replace the conclusion with a call to action. And so now it's going to go back through. It's going to take a look at it again. And then it's going to give a call to action. So now you see I took from one of my pre-existing writings, I converted it into a blog post. I made some slight edits. Now, if I wanted to, I could export it to Word. So now it's working on that function, but I wanted to show you, well, I guess I can't do it while it's exporting. So let's let it do its thing. So the power of this is phenomenal. So let's say that you started with a working draft of something and you've been toiling with it. You could literally upload it in here and say, hey, pretend like you're a copy editor and go through and edit this, to be more effective, eliminate redundancies, all of those different kind of things that you naturally do with one of your pieces of writing. You could do it in here. You can ask it to upscale it in terms of a higher level of education for the writers, downscale it to a lower education of the writers. You can go in text and you can make changes in text, while you're doing the things that you want to do. And so it's a much more intuitive and responsive way to utilize AI for your writings. And then of course, you have your Word doc, you export your Word doc. I'm just going to save it here. I don't even know where that is. And you likely won't be able to see the pop-up, but I popped up the file and it kicked that whole article over into a Word document that looks just like what it is that you're seeing on the screen. Now, last few features before I close this out for day 2. You can see the changes that you made. So you can click the change button. You can go back to a previous version and it's looking to show the changes. So you kind of see the changes on the bottom that are just most recently made. You can go back if I wanted to, like it allows you, if you see on the bottom, you're viewing a previous version, restore this version or back to the latest version. I'm just going back to what we had. You can copy it, like I said, and you can export it. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. And I think that if you're going to use some writing tools, that there's probably right now, I haven't seen a better AI version specific to writing than what the Canvas can do for you. I know some others have come out with some similar, but I haven't seen anything that would really replace what this is. So day 2, ChatGPT Canvas, excellent tool. I encourage you, if you're already in the ChatGPT universe, to give it a go, test it out, see what it can do to jazz up and empower your writing. Again, I will encourage you to become a member of IEDC. We're going to continue to do a lot of cool stuff like this, a lot of things for economic developers across the board, conferences, webinars, other forms of member engagement that are on the horizon as we continue to kind of pivot and grow IEDC. So that's all I got for you. Appreciate you. If you got any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up in any social media or by email in ways that you can find me. Dr. Dell is out.